Well, hello friends, followers, channel members, happy Tuesday. It's not even Tuesday, sorry, happy... Can I start again? Hello friends, followers, channel members, happy Wednesday. Hope you're all doing fine. It is our second stream of the week. See, that's why I thought it was Tuesday, because it's only our second stream, but didn't manage to get one in Monday. Anyway, that doesn't matter. We are back live. We are in Lisbon and we're heading to Bilbao. Now, I've recently, and by recently I mean about half an hour ago, just bought some Bilbao scenery. There was some great freeway scenery, but I thought, do you know what, I just want to go a little bit extra further and we'll check out the Bilbao scenery that's available on Sim Market. So yeah, that's where we're flying into today, and it has an absolutely awesome approach. For those of you that don't know, it's kind of down a bit of a valley. There's terrain to think about as we're getting in there as well, particularly as we're going to be coming in from the south today. So it's yeah, it's all good fun. So really looking forward to showing that off a little bit later on. What is our call sign today? 6709. Another Alpine call sign, of course. So there we go. The top bar should now be populated. I need to write that down actually, otherwise I'm going to be forgetting it. So I'll just scroll that down. We've got VATSIM ATC online as well, so that's pretty neat and useful. So make it a bit more realistic. I haven't even got my side stick out yet. That's going to make things difficult, isn't it? Anyway, guys, welcome on board. Thank you so much for joining us. Big shout out, as always, to our channel members. Hey, Dave Butler, 02411, Bobby G. Good afternoon to all of you. John Doe, ahoy. Great to see you. Hey, Ross, good to see you as well. I am in the UK and I'm enjoying this Indian summer, as we tend to call it. It's blooming boiling today. In fact, my desktop here says it's 31 degrees outside. I mean, nah, that can't be right. I'm not outside. Hey, Pilot Jacob. Hey, Captain Q. Good to see you. DC, hello. Just back from Tenerife with Brussels Airlines. An A320. Oh, did you get in the flight deck, DC? Or did you mean in the sim? I never know if people talking in the sim or talking real life. Hey, Klaus. Good to see you as well. Shout out to those watching on Twitch. Hey, Siako. Good to see you on there as well. Right. Operational flight plan pinned in the chat as per usual if you're watching on YouTube. So, yeah, there we are. All good. Right, well, might as well, now we're just going to get rid of that. What we might as well do now is, we've got this, haven't we? We've got updated Navigraph, and, oh God, how do we do it? We'll close that down. Where are my SimBrief OFP? Look at that, there we go. I've now got an OFP in Navigraph. This is neat, this is new. So yeah, we can read it on there if we like. Shall I do it on there? Well, why not? I'll have a look. Right, 15 tons payload, takeoff weight 65.5 tons, just under. So we're above max takeoff weight before we depart. So that's worth noting. Madrid's the alternate, costing us 4 as per usual, flight level 360, what a tailwind, 40 knot tailwind for today's flight, excellent. 0858.9, Television 86, thank you so much for the follow, hope you're doing well, thanks for being here. Hey Martin Harris, good afternoon to you. What we got? Shear rate's fine. Someone said in the chat as well, is just Europe Cav okay today? I think it is. You look at the map, it pretty much is exactly that. It was a bit misty in places this morning because of the hot weather yesterday, and imagine tomorrow morning is going to be exactly the same. So if you get up early and want to do some low-vis flights, that might be possible tomorrow morning. So yeah, departing runway 20 here in Lisbon, 30, which is a gorgeous approach into Bilbao. Plug fuel is just over 6.5 ton. So there's our here's our routing coming up. Just check the grid more. Yeah, you can see there's some terrain. Domingo, that's the start of the approach for us today, getting into Bilbao. So there you can see, 8,900 feet. So we're gonna have to plan that descent carefully. But yeah, Cav okay. All the nines, so happy with that. The aspect afternoon from a boiling Devon coastline. You could go swimming in the channel, couldn't you, to cool down? Hey Rigban, thank you for being here. Good to see you. Yeah, so that's fine. It's an hour's approach. Madrid is fine. Biarritz is also fine. Is that Santiago? That's fine. I've got no blooming idea where this is. Things are going to have to have gone very wrong before we're doing a VOR DME approach into wherever that is. So, yeah. Elliot, was it aspect was you logged into the wrong account? Fair enough. Right, what we got? Destination airport, this is what we want. Bilbao, the forecast, what's the date today? It's the 6th. Cavoke. Cavoke, max temperature 33 degrees, minimum 21 degrees. Nice and warm. Winds 130 at 8. So, 130 at 8, and we're landing runway 30. That's a bit of a tailwind coming in. Tailwind and terrain as well, so we're going to have to really think about the energy management getting in tonight. So that's something to bring to our attention a little bit later on. What we got with these no time taxiway, Tango 3 is closed, November 1, operational regions. Are any of these actually going to bother us? See now, can I flick between the flight plan and these? Let's have a look. So we're parked, where's the jet? It's stand 107, so what we're going to be looking to do, we're going to be looking at Alpha and Mike. Okay, so if we're doing Alpha and Mike, any of those bother us today? Tango, November, Lima? No, it's fine. What we're going to have, false navigations, VOR at Bilbao, due to work in progress in the vicinity. Again, that shouldn't bother us. Unmanned aircraft. Okay, yeah, there's nothing there. So, no times look good. Then I think we've got the maps up here now, haven't we? Yeah, so there we go. There's our flight route. What weather? I'm expecting gorgeous, clear passenger views for all of you today. Right, in that case, the extra fuel, no, not going to be much, is it? It's a bit warm, so we might get APU started early. So let's take 7 tons. Yeah, it's not a load extra, but justifiable. So 7 tons will do us. 7 tons will do us nicely then. I think. Right, let's go find our aircraft, shall we? Oh, there she is. See, I wouldn't actually call that a Cav okay. You know, it's not clear sky. Well, it is. It's fine, but we've got some clouds today to see, so that's quite neat. Should we get a bit of GSX up and running as well? Request catering. There we go. Good. I'll tell you, new to Microsoft Flight Simulator, can I put you in the right direction on how to get the mods for the A320? So I'm using the Fenix mod for the A320. GSX provides the ground services as well. And of course, a lot of the airport scenery you can download various places. There's the Flight Sim Marketplace, there's Orbex. There is, of course, the Marketplace within Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. So, yeah, plenty of places to get mods, and of course you can get free ones on flightsim.to, so that's always worth a look as well. Okay, let's get into the flight deck and start prepping. I wanted to be away for about half past 5. That was 15 minutes ago, so I'm already late. Elliot, I did see that. I'm going to try and sort that tonight for you. They'll be in bed at the minute. Right, let's get on board, shall we? There we go. Looking beautiful. Let's just check then. First thing we do for a transition flight, or we're in a turnaround stage, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, nav logo lights, they're on. Spoilers, flaps, and acupressure is good. Gear down, etc. That's all fine. So just do a bit of tidy up, get rid of that, don't need it. And we need then just to check guard frequency should already be monitored. No, last crew were being naughty, look, 121.5. Be great when you can save all the states in the Fenix aircraft. There we go. And then we've got some ATIS. Let me find it. 12415. Let's grab a pen and jot this lot down.
As if unable medium and light aircraft. Expect position uniform for departure. Takeoff available distance 2,412 meters if unable. Advise before push. Wind 220 degrees 12 knots, visibility 10 kilometers. Cloud. Fuel at 2,500 feet. Temperature 2.17 QNH 1015. Comply with speed limitations. Acknowledge LPPT information Bravo.
That sounded like a really long ATIS.
Humberto Delgado Airport, Guiadas Bravo. 1,630 Z. Expect ILS approach. Runway and use 20. Transition level 50 after landing. Vacate via Hotel 1. Advise if unable medium and light aircraft. Expect position uniform for departure. Takeoff.
Right, so expect position uniform for departure, it's just said this, which is... Well, here's uniform. Alright, so uniform 5. Yeah, because we're departing runway 20 today. So, yeah, uniform 5 is what we'll probably have in the performance calculator anyway, so that should be fine, rather than full length. So that means we're not having to basically cross the runway, taxi all the way down here. So that works out nice for us. Alright, got everything there. Let's get rid of that. Cabin crew shouldn't be far away before we start loading everyone on board as well. Right, I need to monitor that. 1015 was the QNH, that's there. Everything else is fine. 1015, get on the constraints as well.
Pronto, Captain.
Oh, ground control eye here. Hey, this is Cockpit, go ahead.
Captain, microphone check, please.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Microphone check is 5 out of 5. Okay, Captain. Radio check is complete. We will contact you when we're ready to start loading.
Okay, thanks. Hopefully that should be pretty much straight away. Yes.
Captain, just a quick update to let you know that we've started loading. We will contact you again once we're done.
Alright, thanks. I'm going to tell the cabin crew that they need to start getting passengers on board as well, because we're late. HP, no, I don't fly for Virtual Easyjet. I don't fly for any virtual airline, not at all.
Hello, Captain.
Hey, we're ready to start boarding.
No problem. Not long to go now. We're expecting to start boarding in just a few minutes.
Right, 1015, that's fine. What's our initial climb out? It is today 6,000 feet, so I'll set up the FCU there. Alright, let's do the box then. Alright, IRS, 3.5 greens, that's fine. Aircraft status, CFM engines, AirAx cycle. That will need updating tomorrow for anyone who's flying tomorrow. Init request, sort that out and clear the scratch pad out as well, it does it. Bring this over here, then we can see it as well, can't we? Right, flight number is Alpine 6709. Very rare I don't get an alphanumeric call sign, but that's what we've got today, obviously. Cost index of 4 as per usual. Temperature's 24 degrees. Tropos 41646. Download the winds. And let's do our IRS init check as well. What I like about this is I can check it on here. So we should have 38, 46, 1 north, yep, and 978 west, 978 west, yep, that all matches up, that's perfect. Good, we don't need to realign anything after the last flight. Cruising today, flight level 3, 360. Temperature is 51. Okay, so runway 20 for departure, Exeter 3 Sierra. Where are you? And we're going to be departing and then arriving ILS Zulu runway 30. The arrival is the Domingo 1 Quebec, which I don't think I've ever done before, so that's going to be nice. Veer is Karma. And that's 475 miles on the box. I've got 473. Perfect. Radnav page, then we'll just put the Lisbon VOR in there. Okay, on to Init B. Have I got a load sheet? Let's find out. No, alright. They're being lazy. Let's have a look then and use the preliminary load sheet. Means I'm going to be delayed setting up the performance figures. So our zero fuel weight is 58.9. We'll use a standard CFG for that.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
The alternate fuel is, call it 2.2. We'll do our fuel planning. So I'm telling the ground crew we want 7 tons. Don't need any more than that. The weather's lovely today. So no real reason why we shouldn't get into Bilbao. Aircraft wants 6.6, so that's fine as well. That gives us a final takeoff weight then of 65.7. So we are above max landing weight, just a bit. Extra 12 minutes of thinking time as well. And landing weight predicted to be 62.7. Good, that's all fine. Let's have a look at the performance then. So obviously we can't do the full performance takeoff because we haven't got what we need yet. But transition altitude 4,000 feet. Oh, hang on. Hello.
Hi, Captain. We'd like to speak to terminal staff to find out if they're ready for us to board the passengers.
Pretty certain they're boarding already. Not sure what's going on there. Yeah, get the doors open. Let's get everyone on board.
Thanks.
Let's have a look. So yeah, transition altitude is 4,000 feet. I could put the flaps in because I'm going to be doing a flaps 1 departure. The thrust reduction acceleration values, let's have a look. We've got SimSmart for this. Newly updated SimSmart as well. So means that I don't need to put any information in because the information is for a Neo aircraft. What I can do is hopefully select runway 20. Ah, there we go. That's exactly what I wanted. We've got everything we need right here. So 1347, 1347, yeah, engine out 1347, that's fine. And the engine out procedure, that's what I wanted. So in it into the secondary flight plan, copy the active. And then we'll pop it in. Hey, Super4TV, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. So, it is a standard engine out procedure, right turn at 1,900 feet to ECMA. Okay, so LPPT. Oops, that's not the right one. Let's try that again. What do they want? Hello.
Hi, Captain. We've started boarding. Passengers are coming through now.
Alright, thank you. I like the realism of it, but there's a lot of interruptions. Actually, that's quite realistic, so it's probably fine. LPPD. 140, not 140, 205 is our departure track, and it's a straight out. Oh, where have you gone? That's strange. Let's try that again. So it's straight out, so we can pop that 15 miles out, pop that in there, and then right hand turn ECMA. Into the hold, 44, left turns, and then at ECMA then, what we will be doing is going back to Lisbon, of course.
Morning.
And that'll be an arrival for runway 20. No start, we'll just vector ourselves in. No Viet. Good, alright, let's check all that out and make sure it makes sense and looks right. Straight out, left turn, enter the hold, then we'll vector ourselves in back around. And there's the go-around track shown as well. Hey, Sufo TV, glad you enjoyed the videos, mate. Great to have you here on the live stream as well as we work through setting this up. But I think that's it. Pretty much done. Box is sorted. All that's left to do is speak to ATC. And then we'll do the brief. Alright, what frequency do we need for a traffic control tonight? It is 12175. Let's give them a shout. Lisbon ground, good evening. Alpine 6709, stand 107, Type A320, requesting IFR clearances filed to Bilbao, and we have information Bravo.
Alpine 6709, information Bravo is correct, Canadian 1015, break clear to Bilbao, exceed 3 Sierra departure, squawk 4774.
Cleared via the Exceeder 3 Sierra departure and squawk 4774 for Alpine 6709.
Alpine 6709, confirm Canadian 1015.
And Cockpit QNH 1015, Alpine 6709.
Alpine 6709, review is correct.
4774 set 1015 is set. Good. Ooh, right, hang on. Company messages come through. So what's that? Is that a load sheet? That looks like a final load sheet. I'll take that. Right, that gives us then a takeoff weight of 65.8. Let's have a look. Right, so we'll work on that then. So takeoff weight 65.8. Zero fuel weight is 59 on the nose. So we'll update that. So CG is 31.4. Update that. There we go. And CFG for takeoff is 29.5. Great stuff. Okay, it's getting a bit warm in here, so what I'm going to do is we'll get the APU started a bit early. So I just need to tell ground that we're doing that. So cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We're going to be starting the APU.
Roger. We monitor the startup from down here and let you know if we see anything at all.
Okay, thanks, Roger. Right, let's get that done. Where is it? APU. There we go. Yeah, I would imagine it's probably getting a bit warm in here, isn't it? What we got? Yeah, 33 degrees, 26, 29. That's no good. Right, let's do our takeoff performance calculations then. And just before we do that, puller of the spikes, good evening, sir. That is incredible. Thank you so much for your $20 donation to the channel. I hope you've had a great summer, Paula. Thank you for being here and supporting the channel. Incredibly generous. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So we are runway 20. It's dry. Flaps 1. All of these off. Takeoff weight is 658. CFG is 29.5. Grab the live weather. We want intersection uniform, they said. There we go. So 138, and we know these are final figures as well, so we won't have to rerun them. 140, 141. Flaps 1 we've already got in the box, and 64 for the flex. Done. That is it. Let's brief. All right. So weather at our departure is fine, isn't it? Yeah. Winds 220 at 12. So a slight wind from the right as we depart. Nothing really to worry about. Most of it's on the nose. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. We've got fuel climb 2,500 feet. QNH is 1015. That's set and cross-checked. So that's done. Weather en route. fine. It's Scav okay. Weather for the arrival, fine as well. The only thing to note is just keep an eye on the winds there. Looks like we're going to be landing with a slight tailwind, and we've got a bit of terrain to negotiate as well when we get there. So we'll talk about that in cruise, how we're going to handle it. Aircraft is A320. Only thing in the tech log is the stupid weather radar that doesn't work, but aside from that, it's fine. No attempts that are going to affect us as well. Threats to be aware of here in Lisbon, not too many to be honest. It's a nice straightforward easy departure. Let's just get the maps up so you guys can see it as we go. Yeah, no real terrain to worry about. There's a bit of terrain over here to the north, but we're obviously flying the other direction, so it doesn't really mean that much for us today. Would mean something, however, if we lost an engine, because then we'd be holding over here and then we'd be coming in over that terrain, but would brief that in the hold if we needed. Yeah, so nothing really there to worry about. Okay, let's talk about the route, pushback, etc. So we are stand 107. We've got a nice decent taxi. We'll probably push back south. Sorry, push back facing north on Alpha. Expect Alpha uniform to uniform 5 then for departure. It is an intersection departure. The departure itself, this one, we've got an initial climb for L60, no speed restrictions for the departure, so we can clean up on schedule and accelerate away. That's all fine. MSA as we depart is 3,000 feet. I think that pretty much does everything. So yeah, all good. Emergency brief. The only thing to mention with regards to the other bit is single engine taxi. Yeah, could potentially do a single engine taxi today. We haven't done one for a while, so go on, we'll do that today as well. Single engine taxi because it's quite a long one. Yeah, the only thing to mention is normal noise abatement 2 and a left-hand departure. Let's talk about the emergency procedures. Standard Airbus A320 emergency procedures, which we ran through on live stream yesterday. But the key thing is the engine out procedure. If we lose an engine after V1, we'll continue. Rotate 12.5 degrees pitch, following an SRS, confirm the failure once we're above 400 feet, trim out the aircraft, engage autopilot, pull heading, activate the secondary flight plan, and then once we're above the engine out acceleration altitude, which in this case today is 1,900 feet, we'll make a right hand turn to the ECMAR holding point where we'll hold 4,000 feet, and we're safe above MSA. That, I think, is us done. Right, so with all that, I'm just waiting for everybody else to to finish their bits now. Cargo, passengers, all that stuff. Hey, Subsonic, Woodcut, do I ever get tow in the performance, or is it always flex? Even on short runways like Jersey, you seem to get flex. Flex on Jersey is absolutely fine, yep. Try doing something like Gibraltar with a really heavy aircraft. See how you get there. APU's up and running, get the bleed on. Turn these down. External power, and disconnect that. Seatbelt signs can come on. Refueling's completed. 7 tons is loaded. Right, let's tell them they can disconnect ground power. Cockpit to ground.
Your seatbelt can now be fastened, ready for departure.
Go ahead.
If you can now please disconnect the GPU.
Roger. Stand by.
Gets us a bit closer to getting out of here, doesn't it, if that's gone?
Ground power has been disconnected.
Thank you. Does the DCDU work in the Fenix, Chris? Yes, indeed it does. Yep. It all works. It's all beautiful. Hamilton Go 44, what a name. You're the Lisbon ground controller. Ah, thanks, Hamilton. Well, waiting for the passengers. Still boarding. Hopefully it won't be too much longer.
Ground Ryanair 551 Foxtrot.
Ryanair 551 Foxtrot, welcome to Lisbon. Taxi via Alpha, Mike and Zulu to stand 203.
Subsonic says he's enjoying the Phoenix a lot more since the last
Okay,
update.
taxi
Yeah, it's
Alpha
nice,
Mike
isn't it?
0 to stand 223, right here 551 Foxtrot.
551 Foxtrot Alpha Mike and Zulu to stand 203.
Right, okay, yeah. Just waiting for them to finish boarding. Has everybody seen the new
Okay, right here 551
the new update as well in
Foxtrot,
Navigraph?
taxiway
So I do
Alpha
like that. I
Mike
can see the
Zulu
operational flight
to
plan,
stand
which is
203.
quite neat, quite nice.
That's correct, right?
Let's just take this time to have a look at the arrival we've got coming into Bilbao. So this is what I'm talking about. So we need to get to Seagam, not below flight level 100, and then we come down into Karma, which is our...
feeling for
Just get off this.
67.
There, just get rid of that, silence that a little bit. Just get Karma's the initial approach fix, and at Karma we are looking to be at, if I even show it on here, 6,000 feet Karma. So the fact we've got a tailwind as well means we might just want to slow down and get configured a bit early, flaps 1, maybe even flaps 2 earlier than normal, so we've got some drag so we can get down to platform altitude 4,400 feet. We've got a tailwind pushing us. We definitely don't want that. I'm pretty certain that that is the current runway in use at the moment. I am actually, as I say that, going to have a quick look and see if that is indeed the case. So 1 second. Chumi! How are you doing, my friend? Chumi, one of the earliest followers of the channel. Hey Chumi, good to see you and welcome back. Welcome to the First Officer Club. Appreciate that, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hello?
Hi, Captain. Everyone's on board.
Okay, I'm just waiting for final load sheet from ground.
No problem. I'll bring it to you as soon as they send it up.
17 minutes late, that's frustrating. Yes, we've got some 80s here. What we're doing? ILS in use, yeah, runway 30. And winds are... winds have changed actually. 280A. Oh, well, okay, there's no tailwind, but that's fine. Still got terrain to worry about. Is this the approach into the Valley, Sean? Yes, that's the one. Tiago, have you ever used the Fenix to GSX? I've not, but I have seen it. It's probably something I need to have a little look into when I've got a bit more time. The thing is, I like things that are easy. that's the way I am. So if I have to set stuff up, I tend not to have time to mess about doing all that stuff. It takes long enough just to set up for streams and such. Susie, the add-on is self-loading cargo that does all of that. Let's move that out of the way. Have I put the bleed air on? No, not yet. Let's get that on and start cooling everyone down. Ace, we're off to the Guggenheim. Yes. What was that? I read a book which was set in the Guggenheim. I'm going to say it was a Dan Brown book. What was the last Dan Brown book he did? I'm sure that was set in Bilbao at the Guggenheim, or something happened there. You guys will be able to tell me, I'm sure you can. Yeah, it's starting to cool things down now, look. No constraints on the departure, apart from that 3,000 feet one, so that's nice. Come on, ground, how long does it take to fill the aircraft? Right, well, passengers will be wondering the same thing. Let's make a little PA, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, chat, welcome on board our flight today from Lisbon to Bilbao. We'll be flying today at an altitude of 36,000 feet. We do have a short delay at the moment whilst the ground crew just finished loading the aircraft up. So I do apologise for that, but once we're in the air, we'll do our best to get ourselves back on time. Once they've closed up downstairs, though, we shouldn't have any further delays. We've got a normal taxi time out, and the departure weather is looking great. So a nice straight out departure, give you some beautiful views as well of Lisbon as we depart. We've got no en route delays reported either, so if you can get yourselves sat down and ensure your luggage is safely stowed away, we'll get you to Bilbao as quick as possible. Thank you. Christian, good evening, sir. Hope you're doing well. Ace, when you visited, you found the building far more interesting than the exhibits within it. 007 one stop sailed from the building over the road. Not sure about Dan Brown though. I'm sure Dan Brown. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to Google it. I'm sure the last Robert Langdon book I read, with Dan Brown, had the Guggenheim in it. I'll not spoil it for anyone that might consider reading it one day. But yeah, the more I think about it. Oh, come on, ground. I'm going to have to look at the settings of this. There's got to be a way to speed this up. Mass delays. Having said that, this... Ah, finally. They must have heard me. Having said that, it's probably realistic at the moment. Ground handlers everywhere are just ridiculously slow because there aren't enough of them. This is Cockpit. Go ahead.
Loading has been completed. We're sending the load jet up to you now. We will contact you for push to contact you reclose the bandera con light is switched on.
Alright, thank you. Right, final paperwork should come from ground any second. Get the doors closed and off we'll go. Yeah, so what time did I want to push back? 21 minutes ago. Here they come. Hello.
Hi, Captain. Okay, we've received the load sheet from ground. There's the passenger count, the crew count and the total souls count. Plus yourselves, of course.
Wonderful, thank you.
Okay, looks like we're all set to go whenever you're ready.
Alright, let's get the doors closed and we'll push back as soon as we can.
Okay, I'll let the crew know and we'll get closed up as soon as we can. All stations ready to close.
Right, let's contact ground.
Alpine 239, push start approved facing north.
Push start approved facing north, Alpine 239.
Ground Alpine 6709, stand 107 is ready for push and start, please.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Alpine 6709, push start approved facing north.
Push and start approve and face north, Alpine 6709. Right, copy preparation checklist. So aircraft acceptance has been completed. Fuel quantity is all done. We've just burned a bit of fuel, but 6980 kilograms and it's balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. It has got 3.5 green. QNH 1015.
Pronto, Captain.
Go ahead.
Lisbon ground, Alpaca 65, Mike radio check.
We're ready to disconnect.
Thank you, pin straight ahead.
Alpaca 65, Mike, visibility pass.
Okay, before start checklist then, so parking brake is on, takeoff data has been confirmed. Windows are closed. EFB is in flight mode. Doors closed and armed, and the beacon lights on.
Locking gear.
Hey, Greg Stars. Why does what say 352 feet? Is that the that's the altitude that we're currently at? Yeah. So I should have noted this actually when we did the Q&A check 1015. We need to check that we've got 350 feet there, because then the guy sat over here or girl would also say, yeah, 350 feet confirmed, to make sure that they're both getting the same sort of data.
Easy parking brakes, please.
And parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Notable streams disconnected. Engine motor selector to ignition. Starting engine 1. Ace Airstream, the Dan Brown book appears to be Origin. That's the one. You haven't read it yet. Looks like you'll have to. Yep. It's worth the read actually. It's alright that. From what I remember. Greg says, no, it's not 0 because the airport isn't at sea level. 0 is sea level. Yeah.
Your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets.
What aircraft is that?
Which you must adopt if you hear.
Who on earth is that? Is that Alpaca Airways? Is that a VA? So good now that we've got all these VAs in our model matching, if that is the case.
Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened with the seatbelt
And parking brake set.
at all
Cockpit to ground. We have a good
65
engine
micro
start.
Hey, Banner Barton, good evening.
Unlocking gear.
Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask
Alpine 639 left.
hold in place with the strap.
Alpine 239, taxi via Alpha and uniform 5 holding point runway 20.
Before helping
Sci 120. Oh, is that right? Ah, nice.
Alpine 639 taxi via Alpha uniform holding runway 20.
over your head. Pass the tapes around
Alpine
your waist.
239, confirm uniform 5 holding point.
FM uniform 5, is that right?
Right, engine 1 stable, engine mode selected to normal.
Inflate.
APU bleed and come off.
If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry
Full
flotation
truck
units.
disconnected.
Cotton Cuddle says, hope you have a wonderful flight and he shall watch and learn. Well, you know, I learn something from every flight.
We wish you
I think most pilots do, to be honest. Hey Andrew, good to see you. Mega, greetings from Chile, thanks for being here. FS Realistic Chris, yeah, great piece of kit, I like that. Right, ground crew are out the way, so that's neat. Okay, I'm going to do a flight control check then, just while I'm waiting for her to move out of the way. So I go full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right, full left, and neutral. I've done things terribly out of order. Ground Alpine 6709 is ready for taxi.
Alpine 6709, set your scope for Montreal.
Which in VATSIM speak is turn it on and not to auto. I should be mode Charlie for you now, Alpine 6709.
Alpine 6709, taxi via Alpha and uniform 5 holding point runway 20.
Alpha uniform, hold uniform 5, runway 20, Alpine 6709. Okay, master caution, let's cancel the master caution. ECAM, happy to clear, ECAM disregard. Hello?
Hi, Captain. Just to let you know that the cabin is secure for takeoff.
Okay, thank you.
I'll get the crew seated and secured as soon as you give us the word.
Will do. Right, place your bets now on the time to start the second engine. Ace, yeah, you see that? He's a proper YouTuber, not me.
Alpine 239, no further retrieval, monitoring Unicom 120 Valley.
Alpine 239, no problem, Unicom, super air, thanks much, highway.
Once again, the simulator is looking particularly beautiful at the minute. Pedro, how do I have the pre-recorded Easyjet announcements? Oh, it's taken a load of work, to be honest. I mean, I already had the announcements from Self-Loading Cargo before it got updated, so it's just a case of moving them to the right folders now. Chris, do your run displays that bright in the A320? Run them as bright as you want, mate. I mean, when you've got the sun glaring at them, which obviously normally if you're flying above the clouds the sun's always glaring at them, then you do want to turn them up. Should probably just have a quick check of the map actually, make sure we're going the right way. Basically straight down here and take a right after the 700 stands. Cotton, you were going to reinstall Microsoft Flight Simulator on an SSD. Yes, do it, do it. I know it's a pain, but I used to run Microsoft Flight Simulator on a hard drive, a regular hard drive, and it is night and day throwing it on an SSD. It really is. So, I can highly recommend doing that. Luca, do you use standard GeForce Experience cores? Yeah, I don't do anything daft. I wouldn't know how. Okay, this right coming up. Let's get that second engine started then now. So engine mode selected to ignition. And turn that off, get the APU bleed back on. And starting engine 2. What was that? I didn't like that. I like it even less when it flicks up and disappears. Okay, yeah, fair enough. All systems
Lisbon
Lisbon
seem
ground,
normal.
this is Alpaca 65 Mike, with you with information Zulu, requesting clearance to Valencia, please.
Alpaca 65 Mike, information Charlie, current Canadian 1015, break clear to destination, Exona 1 Sierra departure squawk 2230.
Can you just repeat the departure for us, please? Alpaca 65 Mike.
Alpaca 65 Mike, departure is Exona 1 Sierra.
So here's the Cat 2-3 holding points. Engine 2's happy.
Clear to destination via the Exxon Sierra, QNH 1015, and just the squawk first, please. Alpaca 65 Mike.
Alpaca 65 Mike, squawk 2230.
Squawking 2220, Alpaca 65.
Alpaca 65 correction, Alpaca 65 Mike is correct, break Alpine 6709, no further ATC, monitor Unicom 12.8, have a great flight, bye bye.
Over to Unicom 122.8. Thanks so much for being here, Alpine 6709. Right, so now we've done the engine 2 start, probably left that a bit too late. After start checklist, so anti-ice is off, ECAM status is checked, master caution, I need to clear this. ECAM status is checked, pitch trim is 29.5, rudder is neutral. Quick peds check then, I'm waiting another 2 minutes anyway, so that's fine. So no change to our performance, all figures are fine, dry runway from uniform.
Lisbon, flight 36 cruise.
Okay. Engine out procedure is standard straight out 1800 feet right hand turn into the hold, get up to 4000 feet. Departure is exceed at 3 Sierra straight out, it's going to be a left hand turn, no speed restrictions, noise abatement 2, and our stop climb is flight level 60. Taxi checklist, flight controls have been checked, flap setting is config 1, FMA, climb nav blue, 1FD2, 6000 blue. Radar and predictive wind shear, oh yeah, we need to get all them on, don't we? That's why we have checklists. And we'll ding the cabin as well. Radar and predictive wind shears on, ECA memo. I'm just waiting for the cabin. EFB is stowed, just get that disconnected. Just wait for them to sort themselves out. Can't take off while they're not ready. Cabin crew seats for takeoff. Lisbon traffic Alpine 6709 is lining up runway 20 via intersection uniform 5. Let's go. Hey Mike, good evening. FSX flights, do I ever get that white dot? Yeah, I mean it flashes up and down. Then it disappears, so it doesn't really bother me that much, to be honest. It's annoying, but there you are. Tony, what's the RadNav page do? Think of that as a conventional radio navigation page. So there you can tune VORs and NDBs, all that kind of stuff. In case you've got to fly them in anger because your GPS system's broken or something like that. Right, that's been 3 minutes, let's go. There was the white dot, see? It was just there a minute ago. Right, take off. Whoa. Before we do that, lineup checklist, cabin secured now. Take off runways, uniform 5, runway 20. And TCAS. Oh, I'm all over the place. I need to not go on holiday. There we go. TCAS TRA packs 1 and 2 are off. Should we try that again? Take off. Engines disabled, set takeoff thrust, manflex, SRS runway. Engine 2 critical. Knots past. V1. Rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Nav. Oh, what a departure. What a view. Thrust climb. Climb. Get that on. Standard pressure set. Lisbon just looks gorgeous at any time of day, doesn't it? Okay, S-speed. Pinball, how to get rid of microstutters during the approach. Is it better to set the object level of detail? Yeah, lots of people have different opinions on that, I think. Right, that's S-speed, so let's clean her up. And it's trial and error, really. Photogrammetry at those kind of those airports also can cause issues. Cabin crew released. Matthias, this is default scenery. Yeah, it's default scenery, but how good does that look? How good does that look? Stunning, that, isn't it? Yeah, Luca, no scenery installed for Lisbon apart from Microsoft Flight Simulator's very own. Right, no air traffic control around, so we'll clear ourselves up. Let's go flight level 270. First climb, open climb 270 blue. Spoilers, flaps, gear. Get the lights off.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes. In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. Full details can be found in your in-flight brochure. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if you can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Right, that's it. Let's enjoy this flight to Bilbao, which should look equally as stunning when we get there. Alright, so past 10,000 feet, then we can start talking properly now. Let's get airports onto the EFIS, RadNav page. Yeah, clear that out. Progress page. Flight 360 is planned. That's going to be fine for us today. Switch the cabin altitude. That's better. So, flight level 3, oops, flight level 360 blue, that's fine. Cost index, 0. And we can also copy the active flight plan. Right, we're on our way. Few questions then. Well, Davies, why is it standard pressure so low? Is Lisbon's transition altitude really that low? No, it's not. Transition altitude is 4,000 feet at Lisbon. However, climbing to a flight level, so all standard pressure. Leave the standby until we've passed the transition altitude. But as we were climbing to a flight level, then yeah. So your initial climb out of Lisbon is flight level 60. You don't want to be in as you climb into that then. You want to set standard pressure for that. Matthias, do I use any sound pack for the engines? No. Alex, what do I use for the camera views? They are custom camera views that I've set up for those. Hamilton, you've closed ground to watch the stream. Fair enough. Right, is this an overfly point? Goodall. Yeah, look at that. I'm just looking at the weird track that it's got there. Is it really an overfly point? Let's have a look. Yeah, as indicated, must overfly Godiva. Indicated by that little circle there, look. You can also confirm that if we look here. It's got a little triangle there. It's got a triangle here as well. If it wasn't an overfly point, we could approach it and start the turn a little early. Irish, I've got no idea why you've got them for Pegasus as well. They're definitely Easyjet ones. David, you've not seen initial climb over transition altitude before? Yeah, I see it quite a bit. You're probably not going to find it in America though, given how high their transition level is. Something unpredictable. How have I managed to get the clouds to look so good without a weird distortion effect when you get close to them? I have no idea. I've not done anything. It's not a mod or anything like that. There are no cloud mods available. It's simply the clouds are set to ultra. Hey, baseman from hell. Yeah, thanks for answering that. We are just in the air. Right, so what time should we be getting in for? 18:40. Fine. Fine, fine. It is nice to be able to fly at this time of day, you know, real life, real time, and see everything. So let's just go direct to Easyjet now, rather than having to fly back to that track. There we are.
Handling over Delta, landing up behind the departing traffic.
It's a shame Madrid Control have gone offline because they were online at the start of the stream. Wonder how warm it's been in Spain today. I mean, it's warm here in the UK, unseasonably warm. It's not. It's kind of a shame, isn't it? All the kids have gone back to school and they're now sweltering when they should have had their summer break with the nice weather. They didn't get any. It was. It rained so much here where I am during the 6 weeks holidays for the kids. Is it just that you guys can help me in the chat here? Is it just this? Is it just the UK that has 6 weeks holidays for their school children? It's such a long time. EasyJet pilot, how long's the flight? Should be given to you at the top of the stream. Can't Cuddle, you want an EasyJet logo on a t-shirt. It's easy to do. It's the font they use is found on Windows. It's just Cooper Black. So that's straightforward. Barry, it's 8 weeks in Belgium. Connor, you have a 3-month break. Connor, 3 months? Is that for school or university, Connor? The universities have a longer break. Sebastian, kids there in Ontario get 8 weeks off, sometimes 9. Sebastian, so are they in school now? When do they break up? That's the other thing. When do they break up and when do they go back? So here in the UK, they break up sort of mid to the end of July and go back usually first week of September. Two months off in the US. Chris says 3 months off there in the US. 8 weeks in Northern Ireland. Wow, Sean Duff, I'm with you. I thought 6 weeks was long. Wow. Connor, you're in secondary school and you get 3 months off. Oh my god, I'd hate to be a parent. I'd hate to be a parent in those countries. Ouch. Cotton Cuddle kids went back to school this week in the UK. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Jayhawk, good evening. Airbus sim pilot in South India, it's 9 to 10 weeks. Sebastian, my eldest, started kindergarten this year. It was such a happy day. I'll bet it was. I bet you were dancing down the street back to your car after dropping them off. I had no idea that holidays were that long in other countries. Yeah, Sebastian, you'll be able to work properly now with less interruptions. Connor, most people get a summer job. Do they? What do 12 and 13-year-olds do? And less than that, what do like the primary age kids do? Or elementary school, I think. Is that what they call it in the USA? What an... oh, I'd be pulling my... If my kids were off for nearly 3 months... Oh my word. I'd be more grey than I already am. Hey Chad Vader, good to see you. I'm pretty certain if I lived abroad and I had those kind of holidays for the kids, I'd be putting them in boarding school to make up for the rest of the year. Mama, what do you do? They just drive the parents crazy. Oh, yeah. Back here, yeah, I'd be a gibbering wreck. Well, I would with my with the amount of kids I've got. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely, I would. White Eagle says, just started my holidays from work. No kids and great weather. Ah, yes, White Eagle. But do you have kids that you needed to look after but couldn't because you were at work? That's kind of like how my wife's holidays have fallen this year. So she's got 3 weeks off at the minute. But it meant that over the summer, it was really difficult to get childcare because obviously I'm working and she was working. But now the kids have gone back. She's actually got holidays, which didn't work in our favour, to be honest. Easyjet pilot, you're in the UK and school hasn't started for you. Really? When do you start then? Sebastian, we try and find summer camps for them. Take them to the cottage. Take some time off with them for part of it. Send them to the grandparents for a bit. I'm liking the idea of summer camp. Take them to the cottage. Why have I got images of just parents dumping their kids in a cottage in the middle of the woods and then running for the hills? I'll be back in 2 weeks to pick you up. Come back to find your kids have turned into Bear Grylls. Chad, are you the only one who misses your kids when you go back when they go back to school? I bet you're in the minority. It's 10 weeks off in Finland. I'm never going to moan about 6 weeks again. Thing is, childcare in the UK, I don't know what childcare is like in other countries, but childcare in the UK is so expensive. It's not worth going to work because it doesn't pay for it. You might as well stay home. You'd be better off. Especially once they're old enough, you can let them burn off outside. Yeah, so like my eldest, he's 8, so we live on a nice quiet estate, so he can run off outside and play with the kids. That's absolutely fine. It's the girls that are younger than him that I couldn't do that with. I'd just find them laying down having a nap in the middle of the road. You know, they've got no idea. Sebastian, childcare is insanely expensive here in Canada as well. Yeah. J-Hog, you're right. Excuse me, I need to send a message. I'm just absolutely flabbergasted by the amount of time kids have off in other countries. That is crazy. No nav intercept. We'll clear that off. There we go. Oh, right, what we have? 32,000 feet. Seems like a really slow climb out, this, doesn't it? Lemon says, by the way, 9 weeks off in Austria, you had the time of your life. Now as a parent, you think it's too long. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we all as a kid loved the holidays. 6 weeks holidays as we called them. We didn't call them summer holidays, it was just, everyone knew them as the 6 weeks holidays. I can still remember that feeling of the school bell ringing on the last day, knowing you got 6 weeks to do whatever you wanted, which for me used to involve a lot of flying. A lot of Football Manager, a lot of SimCity, a lot of FIFA, and now I complain about my kids spending too much time on screens. It's a good job they don't watch this. Cotton Cuddle, do I ever think they'll add the coffee cup to the Phoenix? No, probably not. Days you grew up in Australia, 9 weeks off, and it was just bliss. When do you get that though, Dace? This is a strange question because obviously we have the summer holidays, which is sort of July, August time. When do you have them in Australia? July, August time is the middle of your winter, isn't it? Few clouds up here. What's the temperature? No, we don't need to worry about anti-ice, it's cold enough. A day, so it's December to January. Yeah, so that's the middle of your summer then, isn't it? Which I'm presuming ties in with your Christmas holidays. So you get Christmas off. Hey, Helicopter Visual, good to see you. Oh, Cotton Cuddle, yes! Spent hours on Sensible World of Soccer in the summer. I was, yeah. Playing as Sheffield Wednesday and buying Jurgen Klinsmann because he could run faster than anybody else. Happy days. I'd forgotten about that. That is a great topic to discuss whilst we're at cruise. So go on, in the chat, name your favourite computer games as a kid. Like proper retro games now. Sensible World of Soccer, that is right up there. Remember that. Backish, you remember your brother telling you that he had Christmas dinner in 35 degrees here? You see, that just couldn't do it for me. I can't think of anything less Christmassy than being hot. Chris says Pong, Super Mario 3 for the old Nintendo. Jayhawk, Chucky Egg. Gauntlet, Star Wars, Dark Forces, Jedi Knight. See, I'm also being able to gauge how old people are by these answers. It's like if I asked for everybody's favourite Disney movie. Falcon 4. I haven't played any of these. Jayhog, you're not 21. Multiply it by 3 and you might be close. Jet Set Willy on the C60. Jet Set Willy? What the hell is that? You couldn't call a game that nowadays. Lemon, SimCity, Prince of Persia. Yeah, SimCity was awesome. Command and Conquer. Right, we are nearly at cruise, finally. Shakio, Championship Manager. Yes, I remember that. Fleet Defender. Sid Meier's Railroad Tycoon on the Amiga. Yes, remember that. Pac-Man. Okay, Bobby. We've now got a... We now know how old you are, roughly. Did anybody play Transport Tycoon? Oh, I love Transport Tycoon. You can get it on Android now. It's not good though because it's really difficult to control. Days Kickoff 2. Ooh, do I remember that football game? I was heavily into football as a kid. That's Macalt Star. Championship Manager. Grand Theft Auto Vice City on PlayStation 2. Yeah, I'm a bit probably a bit older than you then looking at that. I remember the very first Grand Theft Auto. Very, very first one, you know. Top down, and it was nowhere near as gruesome as it is now. It was almost cartoon and comical. Right, that's Macalt Cruise. Set that. Get the cost index back in. Check out our SD pages. That's a bit cold. Might have to warm that up. Lemon, you love Transport Tycoon Deluxe? Yeah, I spent hours on it. Do you know what I did? I built Great Britain on Transport Tycoon. I built Great Britain and then I made a massive railroad that connected all the stations. It was so good. Spyro, Sean. Do you know what, Sean? My wife's downloaded Spyro for the kids' Nintendo Switch. Taking her back to her youth. Pharaoh, Caesar 3. I don't know either of those. Does anybody remember a game? And this is it was a really weird game. Or at least it was. I was probably about 10 when I played this, so I probably didn't fully understand what I was doing. Did anybody ever play a game called Populous? Yeah? I'll let you guys answer that while I do a fuel check. Tosdi. Let's see. Tosdi. So how much extra fuel should we have? 4, 5, 600 kilograms. So about 4.8 tons. 4.9. That's fine. Guys, you played it! I feel like we're kindred spirits. Yeah, with gods and earthquakes, and you could create a lightning storm, and if you got it in exactly the right place, you could electrocute somebody. I never played The Settlers, Chris, but I did see, I've heard of it, yeah? But yeah, that Populous, it was just weird. Yeah, on the Amiga, Barney, that's the one. Played it on the Amiga. It was such a weird game. I had no idea what it was you were meant to actually do. And Dace, yeah, it was the very first one. Yeah, it wasn't Populous 2, it was the very first one. Right, what's the company message that's come through? Let's just sign out of the FO side, then I can read it over here. I'd love to play that again, you know, just to revisit it and see what it was I was actually meant to do, rather than just go around and fry people with thunderstorms 24 minutes late. We'll pretend we didn't get that message. Second, was it black and white? No, it was colour. It was all, yeah, full colour. Isako, thank you for following. Manic Miner, Magic Carpet was a good game. I don't remember that. That sounds like a game about Aladdin. Okay, should we get some en route weathers as well? Got to pretend to do this correctly, haven't we? Check out what's happening in Madrid. Sean, you can download emulators onto your PC. I've dabbled with doing this in the past, but they never seem to work. I perhaps just don't really know what I'm doing. So Madrid is wide open fine, 29 degrees. What's happening in Bilbao then? There we go. Winds 290 at 6. Cab okay, 27 degrees. QNH 1014. Paul Alford Crazy Taxi. Yeah, so I remember playing. I was a teenager when that came out. Oh, Chris, how did we forget that one? Age of Empires. Yes. Yeah, loved Age of Empires. And Age of Empires 2. I spent many summers playing Age of Empires. That was one of the first games I ever did multiplayer on. Used to play with my mate from school. Izako! Great to have you on live stream. Yeah, we do. You didn't realise we streamed, but yes. Thanks for being here. Marman Harris, yeah, good call, Age of Empires. That is absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Right, we're on a little shifty direct here to November Echo Alpha, because, well, why not? Paul, I never played Rayman, no. Again, it's one of those I heard of, but it must have just passed me by. Smashing Age of Empires recently got restored and released on the Xbox, has it? Oh, I just wish I had time for all that stuff. Siako, what a good shout. Okay, guys, this one incoming, Lemmings. I probably didn't spend hours playing it, but, you know, occasionally I'd go on Lemmings for a bit of fun there. So, I spoke about Sim City a bit earlier. I can still remember on the SNES, yeah, the Super Nintendo, I can still remember the tunes, the music, when you first started and you had a village and it turned into... Did it turn into a... Was it Hamlet that turned into a village, or was it a village that turned into a town? And whatever it was, whatever the first two stages were, I can still remember the two tunes, because you got different music depending on how big your city was. I can remember that. At Ace Airstream, the Lemmings music was epic. I always remember the when the door opened at the start of each level, it went, "Let's go!" Eric Broom, good evening. Hope you're well. We're just reminiscing on old video games we used to play when we were kids to pass the time. Oh, Dace, your son's passed his time reading for the A320, following in his granddad's footsteps. Oh, Dace, you must be so proud. And so skint. Oh, what was that? Bit of wind. Paul, if you went on a road trip, you took your Game Boy and the original to play Tetris non-stop. Right, well, we best start setting up for the approach, haven't we? Let's go through the box and make things happy. So, let's just go through some stuff. So, given the terrain that we've got, that kind of stuff, let's see. So, we're coming at Domingo. I mean, it's an interesting route. If we're nice and safe VMC, we might do a little cheeky direct over here. We'll see. So I'm just checking the speeds in the box here, see if we can slow it down some. Yeah, Karma 212. I'm going to change that to 180. Oh, not 108. That wouldn't end well. going on here? 180. That's interesting. My scratch pad appears to be a bit bugged. Okay. There we go. Radnad page, we got the BLV. VO. After I've done this, I'm going to tell you about another game I used to play, which I was definitely too young for. Because I definitely didn't appreciate it. And all the jokes that came with it. We're landing on runway 30 in Bilbao. 186 miles away. Fill out the performance page. Days extremely happy, but you can't now. You now can't afford a Greg's.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your trip.
So the QNH is 1014. Temperature is 27 degrees. Wind 2906. I've got no idea what the minimums are. .438, and yeah, range is above 700 meters, isn't it? Transition altitude is 6,000. Let's try and do a flaps 3 landing. I'll check that in a minute. So what's our landing weight estimated to be? It's going to be 61.2, so about... That's going to be about 63 tons. Oh, Baggiers! Thank you for your support, mate. New channel member. Appreciate that. So we're landing 30, it is dry. Apply the weather. 63 tons. Flap 3. Ooh. Alright. We'll go flap 4. Says we should just get in. I'm sure we'll be fine with a flap 4 landing. And top of descent is in about 90 miles. Right, just before I do the brief then for getting in, let's here, did anybody ever play... Oh, interruptions. Hello?
Hi, Captain. I was just wondering if you'd like a drink.
No.
Maybe tea or coffee, or a bottle of water.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm good, Tap.
No problem. If you change your mind, just give me a call.
I will, yes, thanks. So, did anybody ever play a game called Leisure Suite Larry? I played this probably when I was... Oh, I discovered it and found it when I was about 12, I think. I was looking back. Looking back on it now, it was clearly not meant for 12-year-olds. It wasn't... It was just a bit of fun, but... probably not the kind of fun 12-year-olds were interested in. Marion Harris, yes! So hot. I bet, yeah, exactly. To a 12-year-old, it was like, oh, wow. Oh, Mark has gifted a tier 1 sub to a Sign 120. Mark, thank you so much, mate. Appreciate that. Vakius, that is indeed a blast from the past. Dr. Magic, a classic. Oh, see, I didn't realise it was actually quite this popular. It was taboo, Marion, yes. Quickly shut it down when your parents walked in. On the days before the internet, White Eagle, yeah, that's probably the closest you could get. Was it Leisure Suit, Larry? See, that's how young I was, Manic Man. I got no idea. Was it Suit, Larry, not Sweet? Maybe I always thought it was Sweet, Larry, because the version I had, there were several different versions, weren't there? The one I got, it was set in like a hotel suite. It was like a spa retreat kind of thing. Do you know what? I was always gutted. I never completed it. Then again, I don't actually know what happened if you did complete it. I never found out. Even to this day. Was it Leisure Suit Larry then? Oh, you learn something every day. See, I told you pilots learn something every day. On every flight. He was always wearing a leisure suit. He was, man. That is right. A white leisure suit. Spot on. J-Hog, we now have the equivalent to that. We have not Lex in Manchester. Oh, back yes, that is another great shout. Quake. Now, I always used to play the oh, what was it called? It was like the battle, like a battlefield where you were playing against other players. It was like a capture the flag kind of game. I forgot what it was called. It was Quake something, but it was like a capture the flag. You had to get over to the other side, and you were on these Quake Arena. That's it, White Eagle. That's it. Oh, I spent hours playing Quake Arena. Yeah, and I used to set the limit. You had to capture 99 flags because I don't think you could type in 3 characters, so it had to be 99. I'd play it for like 2 hours straight. Deathmatch. Brilliant. And I used to do it online as well. Oh wow, early days of the internet. Right, guys, I can actually see the airport on the nav display. I really need to brief. So, are we ready? We'll do the one brief to begin with. So, weather is fine. It's cavalcade conditions 290 at 6. QNH is 1014. We don't have a tailwind now, so that's good. Most of it's a headwind, but the wind's pretty light as we're getting in. Aircraft is sole working. Nothing's broken. No times to be aware of. I actually have no idea. Let me have a quick check at the NOTAMs for Bilbao. I think it might have been Quake 3 Arena, Dave. I think you might be right there. That sounds memorable. What we got? Mobile cranes in the vicinity of the airport. Yeah. That's nothing. Visual departure precision just not available. That's fine. Possible fault indications at DME BLV due to work in progress. Right, okay, so that basically means that that's not entirely reliable. Manned aircraft flying, yeah, okay, so no NOTAMs. Threats to be aware of: the terrain. The terrain surrounding Bilbao. It makes for a beautiful approach, but let's not fly into it because that's less beautiful. Let's have a quick look at the map. Yeah, so here it is. So we go direct to Seagan. We need to be flight over 100. So when we get to the top of the descent, that's what we'll do. So we've got terrain to the south, and MSA is 7,000 as we are approaching Bilbao. So yeah, don't crash into anything. That's basically the biggest threat. Let me just check the approach. It is also, yeah, here we go. So it's a glide slope of 3.4 degrees. So there's no little threat. I thought it was a slightly steeper approach than normal. So yeah, that's worth briefing. So our VS rate is going to be a little lower. We're going to flare a little earlier. Let's see if we get a nice steady touchdown. So yeah, two main threats there: the steep approach and the terrain because of that steep approach. Okay, let's brief it then. So we're on the ILS runway 30, Domingo 1 Quebec arrival, coming in via Karma. That's all shown just here. Ooh, a little bit windy there. So it's, yeah, normal approach. As an ILS approach, we've got platform altitude of 4,400 feet. We want 6,000 feet at Karma. So in order to mitigate this and do it, we're going to slow down earlier than normal. So it'll be S speed sort of at Seagan. Then we get flaps 1, maybe in flaps 2 out at Karma, depending on how we're looking. So yeah, early slowing down. No minimum approach speeds on our approach, so that's fine. We're going to be using auto brake low for the arrival. Once we're on the ground, we are going to vacate to the right. Yeah, vacating Charlie 5, and then is backtrack. That's fine. Yeah, that's all well and good. Good stuff. Mark, thank you so much. Also gifting one Easyjet Simpilot channel membership as well on YouTube. Mark, that is great. Thank you so much for your support, Mark. I do appreciate that. Eric Vroom, welcome to channel membership. Let's have a look at the go around. So that is climb out, runway track, 2 miles from the VOR. And then it's a right-hand turn. Now this is an ILS approach. Does it say ILS DME? Yeah, it is ILS DME, so that's fine. We'll get that. And it's 4,000 feet. Good. Let's go through the box and have a quick look at that, so you guys can check the figures. So just confirming the ILS runway 30 is in there. And the right approach as well. Yep, Dago 1 Quebec is in. Radnav page, we've got the BLV VOR in the Lab 30, that's set. QNH 1014, temperature 27, winds are in. VAP is 137, minimums are 438, and we're doing a fully configured landing today as well. Landing weight is planned to be 63 tons. Secondary flight plan, copy the active. Done. Okay, I think we're briefed. Quick fuel check. Yeah, I've got 4.2 tons. We're fine. That's like another 2 hours endurance. Chris Morgan, welcome to Captain's Club. Thank you so much, Chris, for your continued support as well, mate. Great to have you with us. Subs like, sorry, back to Captain now. No problem, mate. No problem at all. Thank you. Oh, it's going to be like a not quite a sunset approach, but well, it might be. Sun's getting low. That's not a little threat, actually. The sun's going to be in our eyes as we land. A321 Joshi, hello. Thanks for being here. And thank you for the follow. X-Ray as well. Thank you for the follow, mate. Welcome. I do like the new update to Navigraph because I haven't moved anything, which is nice. I'm still trying to find my way around this since the last update. A321 Joshua, yeah. So we're on both, whichever you prefer. YouTube is obviously where it's much bigger. Although what we are now, we're about 3,800 followers on Twitch. That's steadily growing, guys. Thank you. If you haven't done so already, then please do hit the like button on stream. That does make a difference. It really does. So thank you, everyone. Just starting to see that terrain starting to build now. Look ahead of us. Hey Jordan B, good evening. Hope you're doing well. Keep getting a bit of a jolt from the wind, don't we? Jordan, you've now got a week off. What a week to choose. Oh, Jordan, does this mean you're just laid in the garden sunbathing every day? Yeah. Not normally this warm in September, is it? Not in the UK anyway. Right, little PA. Ladies and gentlemen, from your flight deck once again. We're currently at a cruise level, not long until we start our descent into Bilbao. We are running slightly behind schedule. We made up a bit of time in cruise, but apologies for that delay we had earlier on the ground. The weather is looking good though ahead of us, and I've got no other delays to report, so I shall speak to you a little bit later as we approach Bilbao. Thank you. And that's our top of descent right there. So as briefed, flight level 100. And descent 100 blue. Mark, you're on holiday. Watching us via a very dodgy internet connection. Hope you were. Hope I'm keeping well. I am. Yes. Thank you very much. Great to watch whilst you're on holiday. So, how are you managing to get away with watching us whilst on holiday? If I had my phone at any point in my hand whilst on holiday, my wife would usually give me a scowling look. Are you not meant to be like looking after some kids or going to the all-inclusive bar or something, Mark? Hope you're somewhere nice. Anyway, hope you're somewhere as warm as it is here. Oh, Jordan, you were at Birmingham Airport today doing a little sunbathing while spotting. What a great way to spend a week off. It's getting a little bit hazy as well now, isn't it, actually? Just looking at that. Iwan, do I ever fly out of Luton? Yeah, occasionally. I didn't for a long time, just because Luton is obviously, it's the base, isn't it, for Easyjet, let's be fair. As well as Gatwick, so we do Gatwick quite a bit. Luton doesn't always have a lot of air traffic control on, sadly, for on VATSIM, so out of the two, if it's a Luton or Gatwick departure, it's usually Gatwick for that reason. But occasionally we do Luton. So I'm just going to put a fixed ring as well around the threshold of runway 30. Platform altitude is 4,400 miles, so let's put a 12-mile radius around that. And we can work to that. I've got the UK 2000 scenery for Luton, which I think has recently been updated. There was, at one point, some massive dips into the taxiway, which was no good. Ah, Mark, right, well, okay, I was going to say, I'm sorry to hear that, Mark, but you know what? You sound like you're living the dream, mate, so enjoy. Mark, are you away on your own? There's a small part of them that thinks that is absolutely bliss. Those of you who follow the channel know I went to America recently and I went on my own. And yeah, as hellish as the travel arrangements were, it was really nice. That sounds awful, doesn't it? But it was. I love being on my own. I'm an only child, you see, and I think that was instilled in me from a young age. That's why I spent so much time playing all those computer games we spoke about earlier. But yeah, as an only child, I'm never bored. I'm quite happy with my own company. Looks like we're having a nice clear landing with no clouds in sight on the horizon, so that's perfect. Jordan, how was my holiday apart from the weather? It was fine, you know. What did they say? A change is as good as a rest. There wasn't much resting involved. I can't actually remember what my turbulence is set to. It's not set to realistic because the Fenix team said, yeah, don't do that. Aced, ditto. Also an only child, happy with his own company. A lot to be said for it. Yeah, I love it. I honestly, I never mind being on my own. Even more so now I've got a huge family. My kids will never know the bliss of being a singleton. Oh, back here, see, I wouldn't bother with the dog. I still feel like I'm tied down if I've got the dog. I obviously do have the dog. Well, shall walk later when it's dropped a bit cooler. First Officer George. Okay, profile's looking good. Oh yeah, Sean, if you're doing a reinstall, make sure you get your custom views back because, well... Actually, that looks really nice, doesn't it? The sun's starting to set now, it's casting shadows, etc. So, oh yeah, look at that. The sun underneath the engine cowling. Yeah, oh, that's neat. Jordan, you currently have itchy feet to book a Caribbean cruise for next year. Will be our first cruise with the two little ones. A Disney one. And they're both Disney mad. How old are they then, Jordan? Because I've thought about doing something similar. Just struggling to keep up with that profile. Let's get it back. Kingy T, Simbox does it all automatically for you. All you need to do is make sure you run Simbox as administrator. And then it can do it automatically for you. It can add the extra screen for you, and then all you've got to do is pop out the screen and drag it over. Hey Jean Studer, thank you for the sub. Where is my constraint? Seagam should be above 100 feet. Oh, it's missing there. That's interesting. Just add that in. There we go. Weird that wasn't there, isn't it? Jordan, alright, so your daughter's 10, so kids are a bit older than mine then. You actually did enjoy it, Jordan. Fair enough. I've never done a cruise. Never done one. I've plenty of holidays, but never done a cruise. I like the idea of it, though, to be perfectly honest. Right. We're nearly getting to the business end of the flight then, aren't we? Ladies and gentlemen, we've started our descent now into Bilbao, and we should be arriving in about 15 minutes time. So if you can please remain seated, and we're about to pop the seatbelt signs on, and then we'll speak to you once we're on the ground. Thank you. We'll just give them another couple of thousand feet to sort the seatbelt signs out. Anyone that's sat in the toilet listening to that starting to panic. Okay, I'm going to pop that into open descent. We're going to keep an eye on our altitude, of course, though. We don't want to get below 1,000 feet, 10,000 feet, which we won't, because that's what we've got set. But I do want to get down so I can slow down, level off and slow down a little bit. Looks like this could be a really nice approach, really scenic. Okay. That's better. That's what I wanted. Just wanted to start dipping down underneath. And cabin crew, prepare cabin for landing, please. So next constraint is 6,000 feet. Speed 250, speed brake still out, seatbelt signs on. Get the lights on as well now, we're coming up to 10,000 feet, so that's done. Sayako, yeah, sadly I do remember that. Well, not in 1985, I was too young, but I know the story of it. As I said, we are going to have a gorgeous approach. Look at that. It's a bit hazy. That is going to look beautiful, isn't it, when we come in? We've got the haze, Jordan, we've got the sunset, and we've got the scratches on the windscreen. all beautifully lit up in the Fenix aircraft. How gorgeous does she look? That is one of the nicest scenes I've seen in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right, so landing systems on, activated the approach phase. Start slowing her down. India Bravo Lima is identified. So Clingy T, shut down Simbox, open it again, run it as administrator, right click on the icon on the desktop and run it as administrator. Then when you, on your tablet, go to the McDo screen, press the button that says activate McDo. And then, once the screen's activated, right Alt key, click the screen with your mouse cursor. It'll then pop out somewhere on your screen, and then you can just drag it over to the right, and it'll appear on your tablet. Flaps 1, speed's checked, flaps 1. Ooh, bit of a stutter there. I'm going to select 190. Oh, stuttering. What's that all about? Okay, set platform altitude then, 4,400. 4,400 blue. Approach checklist, Barrow Ref QNH 1014. Signal signs are on. Minimums 438. Water brake is low and EFB is stoked. Flaps 2. In fact, do we need flaps 2? No, we don't need flaps 2. We're going to level off, we're going to be fine. In fact, looking at where we're going to level off, this is where we need to be 4,000 feet. We're going to level off at 4,400 feet here, and that's going to work perfect for us. Right, so, yeah, the localizer. There we go, localizer captured. We've got no glide indications just yet, we're probably a bit too far out. Bilbao traffic, Alpine 6709 is established runway 30 on the ILS, 17 miles. Oh, there we go, there's the glide slope, look. Ah, told you that was going to work nicely. Perfectly, actually. That was much better energy management than my flight yesterday. Is anybody else just sat looking at the view? How blooming gorgeous does that look? Perfect. Alright, glide slopes captured. Missed approach altitude. 4,000 feet set. Got a bit of a tailwind, so flaps 2. Speed's checked. Jordan, it's 32 gig. What is that? That go-around procedure doesn't look right. That looks awful. What's that? Okay, that go-around procedure is not correct. ILS Zulu 30, ILS Zulu 30. Yeah, okay, so there's something wrong there. Okay, so quick brief go around. Make sure we don't go into nav mode. We can fly it in. We can fly it either manually or heading mode. But basically, it's 2 miles from the BLV. It's a right-hand turn, and we head 316. Cabin crew seats landing. Remember, it's this slightly steeper approach path angle, so we're going to fly out a little earlier. That's 6 miles, gear down. Spoilers. Manage the speed. Flaps 3. Bilbao traffic, Alpine 3609, runway 30, 5 mile final. Flaps full. God, that looks spectacular. Landing checklist. Cabin secured. Go around altitude is 4,000 feet. Came over landing no blue. That really is a spectacular view. Autopilot R5 control. Keep teasing it down. So normally I'd be looking for a VS rate of about 700 feet per minute. It's going to be a bit steeper than that because it's a 3.4 degree ILS. Let's just keep it down, follow the pappies. Guys, if you're watching this live and not watching it on a rerun later, a VOD,
about traffic currently on a 50 mile per hour runway 30,
you are probably witnessing one of the most gorgeous approaches I think we've ever had on this channel.
About traffic, speed 1 there.
Stable. Got 3 white.
100 above.
Keep it. There we go.
Minimum.
Continue. Got 3 reds. Just be careful of that.
Light slow.
Picture looks fine.
Light slow. Light slow.
40, 30, 20, retard, 10.
Spoilers, reverse green. Manual brakes. Reverses off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched on. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used.
Bilbao, traffic airport is 1062 turning on ILS 30 15 PB.
Do take care when opening the locker in case anything falls out.
And now a nice steady taxi back.
Should you reach a designated
Right.
about traffic.
Right.
Currently slowing down to landing speed on a 7 mile.
Oh, there's 2 coming in. Nice. 2 FPM. Yeah, no, it wasn't that. 2 FPM would be very, would be very worrying. We're going to check out the replay anyway in a couple of minutes. Ace Airstream, I agree. I need to keep firing FS side panel up and that would sort it out. Anyway guys, welcome to Bilbao. What on earth did you think to that approach? Was that not just spectacular? That is definitely the lowest landing rate I've ever seen recorded on stream as well. Not that I believe it. If it was that smooth, send it to Swiss Pilot.
Approximately to allow traffic, landing runway 30.
Right, I'm just going to dump this at the first parking stand I see. Oh, I shouldn't have gone in this one. This is a small stand. Well, we're going to take 321s actually. chuck it there. I should turn around, but I want to see the replay. Okay, let me just get off VATSIM. So thank you for flying alongside us. Anybody that has done so, we will get rid of self-loading cargo as well. Right, let's check out this replay. Bring up the sun just a little bit as it was when we were doing it live. So probably about there. I wish they'd add arrows to this so I could fine-tune it. They used to be there, didn't they? Until Xbox users got their way. There we go. Yeah, Bilbao is definitely one of the most scenic approaches in Europe. When you throw in this time of day as well, well, perfect. Ace, try and get it into your flow to set up FSI when you're setting up the replay. How does it? It wouldn't be the same for the replay, would it? The replay is not quite as accurate. Might be close. Torres, can you use the scroll wheel? Can you? Is that right? Can I do that? Oh, wow, I did not know that. What a brilliant tip. Thank you so much, Loris. Bacchius as well also knew that. See, I had no idea. But you can imagine this view as a passenger coming in. How simply gorgeous would that look? Actually, it looks like those cars are going into the tunnel under that as well. That's quite neat. Innsbruck is a nice approach too as well, Siako. Yes, it is. It's just hard work. Sean, I did say I learned something new as a pilot every day. That's quite right. Italian Yankee fan seemed like 200 to me. Take that, that's smooth enough. Anywhere between 150 and 350 is, you know, fine. Even 400. Anything above 400, might feel it. Anything above 600, you're going to need to get it inspected. Loris, you were doing a flight today in the ATR and all you did spray is the switches froze mid-flight. That doesn't sound like it had a happy ending. This really is a nice approach, isn't it? Look at the scenery around here as well. That's awesome. Is it photogrammetry in Bilbao? It's got to be, hasn't it? That's not just random AI stuff. Right, see what landing rate we get. See what it says. I don't believe that either. One FPM. Definitely looks like photogrammetry, doesn't it? It's highly, highly detailed, if not. That looks like a big sort of school building or university building. what I might do is I might just have a quick look at the landing from the outside as well. That'll be a tester. That'll tell us how smooth it was. The overlay really seemed to like it. Go on, let's have a look. Let's see what it actually was, shall we? Let's have a look outside. Exactly, it's an old monastery, is it? Fair enough. Yeah, beautiful. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, what a nice flight. What a gorgeous approach as well. Well guys, thank you very much for joining us. That is us done for yet another flight. Really enjoyed your company this evening. Hope you're all gonna have a great Wednesday evening, whatever it is you're doing for the rest of the day. Massive shout out to those of you who have supported us during the flight as well on this stream via super chats, channel memberships, gifted memberships, etc. Thank you so much guys for that. Really do appreciate that, and of course to our Easyjet Sim Pilot channel members as well. All absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Our next flight of course will be announced on Discord in due course when that will be. Unfortunately I don't have a streaming schedule, my life's far too hectic for that, but yeah, do stay in touch, and I will speak to you all on our Discord. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all again on the next one. Have a great evening everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.
Retard. 10.